Welcome to my 2025 room tour. I recently moved out with my roommate, and this is the room that I have in our apartment, and also where my setup is and where I make all my videos and where I live most of my life, if I'm being honest. Before we get into the actual tour, we're starting with how everybody enters my room, the door plus bramble. This is my door, way taller than me, so that's kind of cool. Hey, when you start at my door, you have my purse that I take everywhere with me with the cheetah print on the inside because I do serve cunt in my day-to-day life. Then we have my favorite hoodies right here. This is just this tie-dye one, and this is a Nightmare Acres one. I forgot the name of it for a second, but those are the hoodies I wear all the time. Behind the stuff is this Death Note L poster that I got many moons ago that I didn't have room for, so I just put it behind my door. I don't know which way to go. I really don't. We're gonna go this way. Oh, Bramble agrees. Right over here, we have my glorious smoke detector. Thank you, Queen! And right below it, we have these two posters that I got at Fanex from this artist. I forgot his name, but they're very cool. A Cloud from Final Fantasy and Ryuk from Death Note. I might like Death Note, who knows. Next up, we have my old sketchbook, the one that I had before the one I have now. So if you watch my sketchbook tour, that's the sketchbook that was. This is a random shoebox where I put all of my stickers. I have a lot of stickers, a little sticker collection going. As you can see here, I put some of them on this box, which is also a shoebox, but I put all my memory stuff in there. Little memory box. If you don't have one, you should get one. I think they're fun. Moving over, this is where I keep the books that I'm reading right now. I do love to read. Right now I'm reading Push by Sapphire. Don't read that book if you like yourself. Next up, we have some stuffed animals because it wasn't just a phase. First off, we have a little moose because I am a Uton, and whenever I go on a plane or go somewhere else, I like to take it with me so that I don't feel too homesick. All because I can't take baby Bramble, of course. Next, we have this Levi Ackerman plushie that my friend gave me for my birthday. Shout out Harper. This decrepit old bunny that I've had since I was probably like 5 years old. And this is Oswald, my son. On the other side of the shelf, it's just my diffuser. I have a couple oils that I like to have in my room, and it also works as a nightlight. So, that's fun. Moving on to the rest of the shelf, there's a lot of trinkets on here. So, starting with this first little cubby, this is like mostly decoration. It's just a couple things I have on here. This old soda bottle, this candle, this Springtrap Funko Pop. It's like the velvet cover one. Got it from GameStop with my dad when I was about 10 years old. So, my prized possession. This giant clothing pin because I saw it and I realized that I needed that in my house. I have more pop figures over here. I used to have way more when I was a kid, but when I was cleaning out my room and moving, I got rid of a few that I didn't use as much. But I did keep this Lolbit one because, I don't know, I haven't seen anybody else that I know with this, and I really like Lolbit. They were my two favorite Five Nights at Freddy's characters, so I kept it. And then I also have this little Siamese cat plush because I love a little Siamese cat. Over on this side, we have a couple other things. This is a Buddha figurine, some old Minecraft blocks, this little squishy Frankenstein thing I got from my mom a few years ago. This coaster that I got from a Renaissance fair, it says Sorcerer on it, if you can even look at it. Little D&D coaster because I thought it was cool. And then this little guy, her name is Cricket. Me and Cricket have had many years together, as you can see. Moving on to this next shelf, more decorations. This cool picture frame that I have that I've yet to put a picture in, even though I've been moved out since October. This is a jar of my old rock collection that I had when I was a kid, and I just put it here. These are star boxes, this little fake plant. This is a snowflake. I used to sub for schools, and one of the kids made me that, and it's covering up my little salt lamp over there. Over here we have another Buddha figurine. I'm not Buddhist, but my mom was, and they were in my house all the time, so I took a couple when I moved. This little cat that's made out of some sort of crystal, this little duck, this baby little ladybug, dust that could keep a dust mite fed for 50 years, and some more amethyst crystals. Moving down to this box of my shelf, we have another cool picture frame with these roses on it that I have yet to find a picture to house in there. These are all my oils and some extra incense. It's mostly just cinnamon and lemon. Those are the two that I mainly like, and just some room spray because I live my life in here and it gets musty. That's life. The next shelf over, it's like get ready, like random get ready stuff. This is a Five Nights at Freddy's mug that I got for my birthday also, I think, or maybe Christmas. I don't remember. My friend Mars gave it to me. In here, we have a bunch of random stuff. There's like hair clips, little tiny rubber bands, a bunch of nail polish, some like more hair clips. It's all hair stuff in there, plus the nail polish. This right here, I went through an era of making a bunch of candy for places, so I have a bunch of little beaded bracelets. That's also what's in this little jar. This is a little pottery thing that I made with my roommate when we first made out. I'm not the best at pottery, as you can see, but it's the Immortal and the Restless from Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. And then over here, this harbors all of my old name tags from places I used to work. And it has a little goose on it. I got it from my old supervisor, and she gave it to me, and I said, oh, thank you. And she's like, a goose cup, because you're a silly goose. And it replays in my brain, like, every single day. Moving down to the last couple of shelves, that is just a box set of signed All for the Game hardcovers. So if you know anything about All for the Game, I did snatch up that Rainbow Crate little hardcover signed edition set that they dropped with Nora. Then I have all of the crystals and rocks that I've had in my life. I didn't have anywhere else to put them, so I put them here, but I slowly put them around my house if I need a crystal for something. Down here, ignore the stuff on my floor also. This is real life. I don't care. Down here, this is all of my sweaters thrown into here, so if it's a sweater or a crew neck, it goes in there, and then these are all of my shorts. I don't have that many of them, so I shoved them all there. Moving on from this little walk-in section, we're moving over to my PC setup. This is where I do everything. This is where I edit all my videos. This is where I do all my drawing. This is where everything happens. But first, we see the backside of these shelves. I have a couple of things on them, really mainly just like these three. I keep these little guys over here, these little stuffed animals that I got while I was out on the town with some friends. I've collected a lot of little guys over the years, as you can see. I have my little mini Polaroid camera here, and then down at this section, I have the pens, highlighters, and pencils that I use the most, some dry erase markers, this little strawberry guy I named Lawrence, my kneaded eraser, and lots of things. My journal, my bullet point journal, my planner, and a journal that's filled. So, everything goes there. What do you see up there? There's nothing up there. Scout's honor, there's nothing up there, Bramble. Before we get to my PC setup, we have all of the stuff that I have on my walls, so we're going to get into that. Starting with this thing that's hidden down here, this is a commission I got from Tame TKA on Instagram and YouTube, I guess, and Tumblr, but she's been my favorite artist for a while, and she's one of my main inspirations, and she opened her commissions list, unfortunately because of an event that happened in her life, but I did get my OC commissioned, so that was cool. Next, we have this magazine cover that I stole from AFI's Instagram. I really like AFI. I really like alternative music. You will come to find out the more you look at the stuff in my room, including the red jumpsuit apparatus sweatshirt that I have on. Next, we have this picture of Davey Havoc and his cunty little lip ring. This picture of Soto from Ghost. This is a TVA or Die sticker. These are Lucky Slice stickers, which is a local pizza place where I live. Along with this Ocean Beach sticker, I get a sticker every time I go to California and visit family, so that's what that is. Next, we have just some more random stickers. This is a picture of my childhood cat named Rose. I also have these little paper stars that my friend cut out for me. The Armchair Cynics Killing the Romance album cover. Some more pictures, this cool little picture of Robert Smith, and a couple other things. Then over here we have my pin board, which is mostly just used to store things on it. An old poster, some more little guys, some more stickers. This girl in my choir class in 7th grade drew this for me, and I think about her every day of my life. Over here we have more stickers, a D&D sticker. I think I got this from the Renaissance Fair, and a little Marcel the Shell peeking in. Then I have a couple more of these little guys hanging up, and some things. Some Pokemon cards, some postcards, whatever you want to call them. Then we get down to my actual setup, and if Bramble will move out of my way, please, please, please and thank you. You can see that I have a Gryffindor mousepad, an MSI mouse, an MSI keyboard, and an MSI, no, not an MSI monitor, an MSI PC. This is my whole setup. This is where I work. I have this green gaming chair with this scarf on it and this little guy. This is my art tablet. It's a Canvas 13. That's what I use. And this is my mic. I don't remember what it's called because it has been years. But I keep it in this little bed of roses. And then my cool hydro flask because 2019 did get to me. These are all of my games. I'm not going to go through them all, but that's everything I have downloaded as of right now. And my lock screen is Nick Matthews because I'm still a 14-year-old emo in my head. Over here, I have this cute little light that I turn on when I'm drawing. It gives me a little extra light over here. And this little pipe cleaner flower that my roommate made me. Up here blocking my window is some pillows and the Scythe trilogy before the newer book came out. And then I just have the rest of my desk. I keep my old sketchbooks under here, and then more art supplies under there and a little trash can. This is a space heater because my house is cold all the time. And a whiteboard where I write important stuff that I had to erase before I filmed this video, so I have to remember it all and write it back down at some point. Oh my god, okay. Let me take a hit. Moving over for my PC setup, we have my little bedside table and my bed. Don't sleep where you work, they say. I don't have that luxury, so it's all in the same place. This is another poster I got, not from Fanex actually. I got this from the Oddities Expo. There's the little signature or whatever. I think it's like a print, but that's pretty cool. Little Frankenstein. Down here, I have this cool little red lamp. This flower that matches it, this gaudy thing that I got from a thrift store, and I said that needs to be in my house. Another little moose, because never forget where you came from, and some camera stuff under here in this little beaded bin, and then a little candle, because I love candles. This drawer is where I hide all my secrets, and this drawer is where I hide all my candles and like get ready stuff, like curling irons and straighteners and stuff like that. And it has this cute flower on the front of it that my mom was gonna paint, and then she changed her mind, so now it just looks like that. Moving on to where the magic happens, which is a whole lot of sleeping because I'm asexual. I just have a bunch of blankets. I don't believe in comforters. So I've never bought in one. I just use blankets. I have my main 3 little guys here. Gang, if you will. I have this cool tapestry. I am that bitch with the tapestry they warn you about. I also have another tapestry, so I'm even worse than what they tell you. But this one's an AFI Sing the Sorrow tapestry, so it's cool. And then over here, I also have this Nick Matthews Get Scared poster, so that's pretty cool. If you're wondering where you can find this poster, you can't, because I made it on Canva because I wanted that specific picture of Nick Matthews on my wall. Over here, you have more posters because that's what makes a room a room. I have this picture for Ghost. This is Vincent Valentine from Final Fantasy. I also got that from the guy that made those. And then this was an AP art project from high school where you had to fill this up with something every day, and this is what it turned out to be. Moving on from my bed, we have this little space right here. That's a box of stuff I need to put away, and I haven't yet. And that's an old bag that I used to take to work. And then I also have this window with this film on it that makes everything rainbows. And then up here in this dusty little place, I have all my incense stuff. And then on this little cart, I just have specific random things. This is an old CD player currently playing my Iration Fan Cope mix that I made. I'm pretty sure this is here for decorations. It feels pretty empty. This is specifically for gifts that I need to give people, and it's harboring my old pride flag. Well, not old, I just don't have it up in my room right now. This is actually one of my favorite bins though, because this has my CD burner, empty CD cases, and empty CDs. I love to burn a CD, if you couldn't guess. Over here, I like to call it my cringe corner, because it's where I put everything else. This is Bramble's food and water, because she has issues and can't be away from me for 5 minutes. Over here, I have some more film equipment stuff, a couple ring lights, a tripod. These are old skateboards, because I used to be cool when I was about 11. And this horse on a stick that my friends got me for my birthday. I have this cute lamp that I thrifted when I moved out. This holds a red ribbon where I'm not sure where it came from, but I've had it for like 6 years, so I can't like get rid of it. It's family. And then every single time I change the laces in my docks, the dead ones go here. It's like a little lace graveyard. Up here we have a little piñata for my birthday and a bunch of stuff on my walls. That's gonna fall soon. Cool. Yeah. Before it falls again, let me just show you. My mom drew this in high school and I snatched it up, and then some cool stickers. I'm not gonna go over everything, but I have a bunch of stuff up on my walls. My mom's cats. This picture of Neil Jawson I drew while I was at work. A couple postcards. The Jawston 10 sticker. Cool things. On this shelf we have a couple manga that I only bought because Kuro and Chiyo were on the covers. This cool little candle that smells like cinnamon. Some jars my mom made me. This shell from California. And this other cool stuff that I got from Renaissance fairs. I also put some stickers on these shelves just to make them a little cooler. This is my second little shelf. Nothing too cool on here. I mean, this stuff is kind of awesome. This is an old Kier pin. This is a Coraline doll. And this is something that my roommate made me and gave me for my birthday. 90% of my room is stuff that was gifted to me. Over here we have some cool flowers and trinkets, this old perfume bottle that I got from my grandma, which I love so much. Over here, more trinkets, this hacky sack, and then this is a melted record that I keep all of my bracelets in. Under that we have 2 jewelry boxes, and then this is where I keep my rings and my perfume that costed more than $20 at Bath & Body Works, my Juicy Couture perfumes. Below that, we have my CD collection, which I would love to film for people. I have quite a few, and I have some classics, so I would love to film that for people. All of this is CD related stuff. Below that, you have my bookshelf. This is everything that I have out right now because I needed to make space, and even now I have to stack books on top of each other, but it's looking good. If you turn your head a little, this is my mirror. I keep all of the bracelets I keep all of the necklaces I wear mostly every day over here on these ones. And then I also have some stickers and Polaroids up there. This spot on my floor is where I get ready every single day. So that's also cool. Moving on from this corner into the last section of my room, finally we have my closet. On top of my little dresser, you have all of the important stuff. This is like self-care stuff, extra shoelaces, extra rubber bands, bobby pins, hair ties, all of that goes in there. Then you have all of my makeup, a brush that hasn't been cleaned out ever, so just don't look at that. But you have all of my makeup in here and my brushes. In here you have random stuff. It's mostly lip products, and extra pins and a few lighters. That's what's in there. This little spinny thing is something I splurged on at the local Target that keeps all of my skincare items on this side, and then my smell good items on that side. And then this is actually the jewelry that I wear every day, and it's in this cute little heart tin. Not a tin, it's a plate. But I wear this stuff way more than I wear other stuff, so that's why it gets set there, because I'm lazy. These are pictures I haven't put up yet, but I need to. And then my dresser containing all of my cool clothes. Over on this top shelf area, first of all, I have some pictures. I want this whole thing to be filled, but I haven't gotten to it yet. These are old shirts for work, and this little bat that I keep up here. These are swimsuits and hats, that's what go in there. And then all of my jeans and stuff go right there. Next, we have anything I can put on a hanger, like a jacket, a hoodie, or a flannel. So that all goes right here. This little thing is holding old purses and hats, so that's kind of cool. I need to bust this baddie out a little bit more. And then I have an old shoe rack that holds all of the different colored Converse I have. This thing contains old sketchbooks and old planners and important stuff that I need, so all of that is in there. My old hamper, it's not old, it's actually brand new, but there's old clothes in there. And all of the shoes I wear on an almost daily basis, and this AFI jacket that decided to fall and be drama. And that concludes our 2025 room tour. Thank you guys so much for watching if you did. I've turned my room into a little cave dwelling the months that I've moved out, and it was fun to show you guys. But yeah, thank you for watching. Drink water if you haven't this entire video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.